Hey everyone, welcome to Overanalyzing Everything. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Bailey, and today we are hopping aboard a train to the underworld because we're finally doing an episode on Hadestown.
Hey! This is one of Bailey's favorite things. So.
It's my favorite thing.
Before we descend into the depths, Bailey, what's in your cup today?
It's hazelnut ticino. I don't actually know what that is, but it kind of tastes like coffee, but it's tea.
Yeah, ticino is a coffee substitute. That's what they market themselves as.
I like it because it tastes like coffee and I can drink it at night and not be up till 1,000,000 o'clock or whatever.
And I'm drinking the same thing, except I think you have a hazelnut creamer in yours, fancy.
Mine has, yes, it's hazelnut with a hazelnut creamer. So it's like double hazelnut. I don't know why I really wanted hazelnut today, but...
Well, I was thinking Hadestown hazelnut kind of sounds the same. No? That's why I chose it.
I did not let this steep long enough before I put in the...
Oh, mine's thick. That's what I like about the Ticino teas. I like Ticino a lot.
It tastes like hot water with a hint of hazelnut.
No, I think they're thicker. And when I personally don't like coffee at all. So when I want something that's not caffeinated, but is a thick, cozy drink, I like to have these. And it's nice, again, like you said, you can have them at night. I usually add molasses to mine. I add a blackstrap molasses and milk, but today I'm just having
normally
it
just
plain.
add milk and some sort of sweetener like molasses or honey or sugar.
Yeah. This tea especially, I feel like it really is improved with a sweetener. And I don't say that about all.
Yeah, the peppermint one is so good.
Yeah. It was candy cane. Well,
that
that's what
makes
it was. It was
better.
Candy cane.
That makes it even better.
The holiday assortment.
Yes.
Okay. So...
Anyways, Hadestown.
Hadestown.
So if you don't know anything about Hadestown, it's just an absolutely incredible musical it's about Orpheus and Eurydice, but it's based in maybe New Orleans.
Yeah, definitely New Orleans jazz.
Yeah, during the Great Depression. So if you don't know the story of Orpheus and Eurydice, spoilers ahead. She dies. And then he goes back to save her in the underworld, and then he fails.
Yeah, that's the big one. This was actually my favorite, Greek story when I was a kid. So I was so excited when I found out they made it into a musical. And I had heard of Hadestown for, years and didn't connect that was what this story was. So I think I would have been really excited about it when it first came out, but I didn't know. But I love the story of Orpheus and Eurydice. It is so tragic. It is so tragic.
It's so good, but
because
it's so sad.
He basically has to. He has the chance to save his true love from the underworld by walking her out and escorting her out of the underworld. And it's this very long, arduous walk. And she has to walk behind him. And the one rule is he can never look back to make sure she's still there. He has to just keep walking and leave. And the promise is that she'll be released if he does that. And he basically does it all the way to the end, and in the last step turns back and looks, and she is there. And because he looks back, she is now dead forever and in the underworld forever. And it is so good. And they adapted this musical, and the music is absolutely beautiful. And it's your favorite musical.
It's my favorite musical. It's so sad. I normally don't like sad things, but I cried so hard, and it was so good.
And Bailey...
I like sad musicals. That's it. I don't
really?
Yeah, I love Les Mis.
Yeah.
I love Into the Woods.
You're more okay with sad musicals than
Hamilton.
you are TV or movies.
Yeah.
Which you don't even accept. You walk out of the room in a rage over.
Yeah. Except for Doctor Who. It's broken my heart too many times, but... okay, I'm still going.
And Bailey was recently in Hadestown. So
yes, that was the best experience of my life. It was my favorite thing that I've ever done ever, because I love this musical so much. And this was the first musical besides Matilda where I just am so obsessed with the musical that when I got in it, I was able to really understand what I was doing. And I was in the ensemble, but it was absolutely incredible. Just the best experience. The cast was so amazing. The crew was so amazing. All of it. And it just felt so nice. Like it was maybe the best. I think it was the best musical theater experience I've ever had.
Yeah. And aside from that, which was a wonderful like local teen production of the show, we also got to see it at the Amundsen like last year, and it had just the best Hades, I thought.
And Orpheus. Don't forget
Yeah.
the incredible Orpheus.
He was wonderful, but I just was like, I particularly love this Hades, and I haven't heard a version of the show with this.
Didn't he just go to Broadway?
Yeah, and he was on Broadway. I think his name's Matthew Quinn's, maybe something else. It's like a 3-word. Am I right? I
don't
follow him
know.
on Instagram. Anyway, I really Patrick Matthew Quinn, something like that, and he is so incredible because he plays it. He reminds me of, and this is kind of niche and you won't know it, but there's a movie called Poltergeist, which you have not seen, and I think it's maybe Poltergeist 2 even that I'm thinking of. But
Should I watch that movie?
Yes, for film knowledge. I don't know that you'll like it because it's a horror movie, but I will
I like
gladly.
Scream.
Poltergeist was the first horror movie that I ever saw. And I think it's Poltergeist 2, but it could be I think it's Poltergeist 2. There is this creepy pastor in it. And that creepy pastor, for some reason, this guy who was Hades gave that exact same vibe as this like very creepy pastor. And
For me, sorry.
And so that's what I loved about him, is I felt like he encapsulated this like Midwest manipulative version of a pastor so well, and it worked so well with the lyrics and everything about it. And I know there are Hades that play it in different ways, but this guy just gives this like evangelical manipulative like pastor. He does it so well, and he was on Broadway. I don't think he is anymore, but I hope he comes back because he's just so great. And if you get the chance to see him perform like in a touring or Broadway, I highly recommend it because I just think his version of Hades is so neat.
For me, it reminded me of a Disney villain, like
Yeah.
Jafar or Scar.
He's very tall and like lean, like very tall. He has this dominance over who he's speaking to in a way that is very neat.
Yeah.
And I love him as Hades.
The Orpheus, amazing. He had like the voice of an angel. It was like the prettiest voice I've ever heard, and he like was like he played his characters like just like the sweetest, kind of naive, very like optimistic and happy, and just very in love with Eurydice, and I loved it. I feel like an important thing to do before you watch Hadestown, if you watch Hadestown, definitely recommend, listen to all the music first. That's what I did, and it's incredible. For me, this always happens. I didn't really like the music the first time I listened to it, and that's how it always is with musicals for me. I listened to Hamilton before I saw it. I didn't like it, but then I watched it, and it was like, this is incredible. I needed to listen to it first so that I could get the like, oh, this is new feeling out of the way. I
don't know if you got that from me or if I like gave you that advice, but I strongly feel the exact way. Like I've always felt that way about musicals because like Cabaret is one of my favorite shows, particularly the Alan Cumming, Natasha Richardson revival.
And we
Cabaret.
listened to that in the car on the way to, so we watched it at like a hotel room or something.
We watched the whatever the taping of, which is not great, but it has elements of greatness, but it's still like in its rough stages of what it became later, I think.
But
like it's missing some songs.
We listened to the songs in the car on the way to the place where we ended up watching it, and I needed that.
Yeah, and me too. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I also saw the Terry Hatcher, Norbert Leo Butz touring, which is so cool that I saw that, him especially, and she was great too. And I'm kind of picky about Sally, but I'm picky about all of it. I'm very picky. Like I love Alan Cumming and I love Natasha Richardson so much, and that particular production of it so much that I'm very picky about that show. And I listened to the musical soundtrack or the musical recording, and it just makes it so much better. You just like understanding, having some knowledge of it before you go into it. And I think particularly also Hamilton, which you brought up, with Hamilton,
it's
I
like,
really appreciate the Disney recording because
the
you can turn on the
captions, yeah.
captions. And I think the first time you watch Hamilton, if you're watching the Disney recording of it, turn on those captions. That's
You
the
need
first
the
thing I say to
captions.
everybody, just because
They're very
the lyrics,
fast.
They're fast and they're so rich, and you're hearing it all for the first time and taking it all in. And
the lyrics are so poetic and amazing. Like,
yeah, any hints you can kind of give your brain. And I think that's also why listening to the music beforehand helps so much, because you're giving your brain these hints of like, this is what's to come. And
Yeah.
you can appreciate it more than kind of what you'd expect from a movie or a TV show where you just want to watch. I like to watch things kind of like with as little information as I can, like sometimes with a trailer or sometimes with some people kind of like giving a non-spoiler reaction to how much they liked it or something.
kind of what you need for movies and TV shows and books, but for musicals, since they're singing the whole time and dancing, you're going to be distracted by everything that's going on, and you're going to want to like the music going into it. Like,
yeah, or just like have heard some of the
Yeah.
lyrics, because you can get overwhelmed and lost in what's going on where it becomes really confusing. And I think I have actually heard a lot of people say that about Hadestown in particular, is like that they get confused by what's going on, even though I don't think the show is that confusing. I think it's that feeling of overwhelm because there's so much going on when you're listening to the voices and the lyrics and taking it all in.
Yeah.
So I think that's really great advice.
And there are little things you like pick apart more as you like.
Each listen,
Every listen, and
evolves.
especially for me, there was one part that I really want to mention because I haven't really seen it mentioned anywhere, but I think it's just such a beautiful and sad part of it. Is there's one part in Wedding Song where there's this like melody that happens when they're all like happy and stuff, and it's like da 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 da. It's like that. You'll hear it if you listen to the recording.
I want to hear you do it. That's great.
In Flowers, which is the song where Eurydice is in the underworld and like realizing that she's like forgetting
And wait,
everything.
what's Wedding Song?
Wedding
Like, when
Song
does
is
that happen?
okay. That's when she first starts falling in love with Orpheus, and they're like, she's not dead. It's all happy, and it's kind of showing a little bit of their life. And then later in the musical, during Flowers, which is a really sad song, where she realizes, well, in the musical it's a little bit different from the actual myth, because in the musical she makes the choice to go to the underworld. And when she realizes she did this to herself, and she realizes that she's never like really going to be happy again. That little piece of music from Wedding Song plays in, I think, a different key, and it's slower and sadder, but you can hear it's there. Like, it's her remembering what her life was like before, and I didn't realize till I was in the musical and like dancing along to the beats, because obviously with the ensemble you have to know every part of the music because you're on stage for like 90% of the show, and that part was just really, really powerful, and not many people notice it, and I didn't notice it until I listened to it for like the 1,000th time I listened to the whole recording. So I thought that part was really interesting.
Yeah, in general with the show, there's this overarching like cyclical element to it where they start and they say it's a sad song and I'll sing it again, and they're introducing the characters and introducing the show in the very beginning, and then at the very end they reset to tell the story and tell this song again. So there's this thing about the show being in cycles, like it's going to repeat for all of time basically, and then within it there are elements of that musically.
That's something I absolutely love about that show. I think that it's fascinating because almost every single song in the show has a reprise, or at least has bits of it repeated later on in the musical in the second act. And I don't know, I feel like I loved it.
What are some of your favorite moments, examples of that?
Okay. I'm trying to think. Wait for Me and Wait for Me reprise, just because they're my favorites. And like everyone loves those songs. So, I mean, it's the best. Obviously, the
beautiful.
last song, Road to Hell, and all the epics. And then there's Why We Build the Wall and Why We Build the Wall reprise.
Mm-hmm.
There's Chant and Chant reprise. There's like reprises to every single song. It kind of represents that the whole show, it's almost foreshadowing to the fact that the whole show, the twist at the end where it's like, oh, this is like the 80,000th time we've already done this. We've already told this story. We're going to do it again right now. And it like starts over.
And it's interesting too because the workers in the show are they're operating in a circle and like doing their work again.
And the turntable, we didn't have a turntable for our cast because obviously there's
Teen production.
Yeah, it's a teen production, but we did what we could. We were going to have a turntable, but then they were like, that's impossible. So we basically made it almost seem like the choreography was always in circles. We were like circling the main characters.
But I think it's interesting because it's like their work when they're in the underworld is also cyclical.
Yeah.
Like it's circular. And then what
our choreographer had us do was we always were doing the same like 3 moves over and over again. It was like we were like hammering the ground, digging something up from the ground, wiping sweat off our brow, and then like feeling this feeling of hope and then going right back into it.
But it's like that's your version of eternity in the underworld was that cycle. But it's almost like Eurydice's version of eternity is telling this story, this like lost love, or like that's their eternity. Does that make sense?
Yeah. There's also this question of being in the ensemble. There were a lot of like questions brought up to us. And there's this question of like, were those workers the same people that they were above ground? Like, did they die when the winter came and now they're working in the underworld and then...
Because you're double cast.
Yeah. So, yeah, like you're on stage pretty much the whole time if you're in the ensemble. You're always dancing, you're always doing stuff. But there's one point where everything changes to being in the underworld. Like, the set never changes. It's just like the characters change their outfits and the lighting changes. And you just know.
Yeah, so it's a question of the town where it starts, and it's like a jazz sort of restaurant, jazz club, like, and then they talk about how cold it's gotten and how hard like life is, and then it transitions where everybody's going on this train to the underworld, and then the ensemble's in the underworld. So it's the question of like, are those the continuation of those characters?
Yeah, that was a question I always had for myself. Like, am I the same character when I'm not in the underworld versus when I am? And I played it both ways. Like, since we were doing it over and over again every night, like, you really get into the cycle when you're an actor in that show because you're saying you're going to sing it again, and then you do every night. And so when I every single show, I did it a little bit differently because... And I think that was, like, really helpful for me because I don't know. It was, like, I could experiment with a whole bunch of different things. And the director was like, do whatever you want. I put myself in a different mindset every time I performed the show. And I didn't have a favorite, but I loved doing that. And it didn't really affect my performance at all. It was just the way I was thinking while I was on stage.
And with Wait For Me, in that... Does Orpheus, he walks against the turntable, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. Which is basically like, it's because he's trying to defy fate. And he's trying to do something that no one's ever done before, save someone from the dead.
And break the cycle.
And break the cycle.
Of the show almost, too.
Yeah.
Like, it's both. It works
It
for
was
both
so
things.
sad because the one we saw, he got all the way out of the underworld, and she was like a step away, and he looks back.
That's crazy.
But the one we actually did, he didn't get all the way out of the underworld. He was just like walking around, and then he looks back. Oh wait, no, he did. Didn't he? Didn't he like get to the door?
Yeah, it was like very close. They definitely like played it till the very last second. And to almost like, oh, you felt like they were out, but then they weren't. Like, you felt his grief and his pain because it was like so close.
Yeah,
So,
I forgot about that because I didn't know what they were doing on stage until I watched the recording. Because obviously I'm focusing on myself and I'm focusing on what all the other workers around me are doing. And at that point, we're all backstage and like changing really fast into our Road to Hell reprise outfits. Oh, and by the way, sorry.
No.
I'm really excited because tonight I'm going into a rehearsal for our year-end showcase, and we're gonna perform a song from Hadestown, Wait for Me reprise, and I'm just like really excited to go back to doing that with my cast and my crew and everything. Like, I'm so excited.
So if you were able to play any role, like that's what you made me think of just now. I was like, oh, I wonder if she's gonna play her same ensemble part that you did before when you do this new one. Are you doing the same role?
What?
When you do this new one that you're working on tonight, are you doing the same role that you had before?
Yeah, I'm still a worker.
So if you could do any role, like if you could, what would be your dream role in this show? Who would you want to be?
My dream role is Eurydice. Honestly, in anything. Like,
Of any like shows ever,
yeah.
like if you could choose anything to perform in, you would be Eurydice.
Yeah. I mean, I would also love to be the baker's wife in Into the Woods and Eponine in Les Mis, but Eurydice in Hadestown is my absolute dream role.
Wow.
And she has been for a while, like ever since I saw it. I would love to be Eurydice. And I just want to say that does not mean that I was any way disappointed to be a worker in this show, because when I signed up for it, my dream role was anyone in Hadestown because it's my favorite show. And when I auditioned and then I got the email saying that I got in, I actually cried. Like, actually cried. There were tears. There were many tears.
I think there were tears the whole time you were performing the show, too.
There were tears the whole time. Yeah. But I was very, very happy to be in it at all. And I don't know, honestly, anyone, because I would be happy to play any character. I'd be happy to play a worker again. I'm so happy to play a worker again. Because, like, tonight I'm going back in for a rehearsal for our year-end showcase. I'm so excited about it.
Are there any actors or, like, Broadway people that you would love to see play one of the roles, too?
I just want to see Jeremy Jordan sing some of Orpheus' songs.
Has he not?
I don't think he has.
Have you searched a ton?
I've literally searched so much. I really want to see it.
Jeremy Jordan as Orpheus. Can he hit those notes?
100%. He's Jeremy Jordan. I mean,
I'm shocked he hasn't done it.
I know, seriously. Seriously, he, like, at least sing one song for me, please. I just want to hear it.
Well,
who else?
I think I'm going to do the...
I feel like there are other... Oh, Rachel Zegler. I'd love to see her as Eurydice.
She would be fantastic.
She posted a video of her singing All I've Ever Known, and it was like the prettiest thing in the world. She needs to play Eurydice.
Oh my, I bet she wants it. I bet she, like, if she got it offered, I bet she would do it.
I hope she does, because
Maybe
it
she'll
would
do
be
a
amazing.
movie.
That would be so... I mean, how would you turn Hadestown into a movie?
They'd do it. It would be so cool. I bet it would be the coolest movie. I hope they're working on it.
I know they're doing a pro shot right now.
I know they're doing the pro
They did the pro
shot.
shot. I need to see.
Do you know when it comes out?
I'm so excited. The pro shot? No idea. It might
you know who's
never
doing
come
it?
out. The entire original Broadway cast, they filmed it on the West End.
But I wonder where it's supposed to air. Like, if it's supposed to go on Apple TV the way that Come From Away is, or if it's like...
It should go somewhere. Hopefully.
Oh my gosh. We have to figure out when it's coming out.
Yeah, I know. I mean, they just filmed it. There are some musicals they've already filmed and they haven't, like, announced ever, like, if they're even bringing them.
Yeah,
like,
they just do it for,
out.
like, history.
Yeah, like, they did it for the one with Daniel Radcliffe. The one Stephen Sondheim musical with Daniel Radcliffe and Jonathan Groff.
Starts with an M.
Merrily We Roll Along.
Yeah, Merrily We Roll Along.
Yeah, they filmed that. They haven't released it anywhere. But I need to see it because I
am a big fan of pro shots. And it's interesting because I think in the Broadway
I like
stage
them better
world,
than movies most of the time.
well, not just because of that, but in the Broadway stage world, it was very like controversial to film a performance. And they like, it's kind of like, oh, some people want it to be there and like you have to be there and like that's the experience. But I feel like making musicals accessible in this day and age, like I love it. I love what Hamilton did.
And it's like you can only see that cast once.
Yeah,
But
and I
if you give
strongly believe that having them makes somebody want to go see that musical. Like if you watch it,
that's how it was with Hamilton. We've seen Hamilton like 20 times.
and any chance I will get to like see Hamilton again, I will see it. And my pathway to Hamilton was the Disney pro shot.
Me too.
So like I just think that they work, especially if the show's good.
Mm-hmm.
And like if the show is good and it's out there, I like Come From Away. I
love
always
Come From Away.
considered seeing it, but I was like, I don't know, I don't really get it. I like this. Maybe is it too sad? Like what? Like just kind of having an idea of what it was about and kind of listening to the music, but seeing the pro shot, which is on Apple, if you have that and you haven't seen it yet, so good. I would love to see Come From Away. Like if I get that opportunity, I will definitely see it.
Into the Woods.
Into the Woods, the PBS version.
Yeah.
Yes. Classic. I just think that they're great and they're great for everybody. Like they make theater accessible, which I think is really important, and it's just not possible for many people, especially like the US is so big, and yes, we have touring productions, which is awesome, but I'm more likely to see a touring production if I already know the show and I love it.
Yeah.
And I just think that pro shots are great, and I'm a big fan of them, and I really hope they make a Hadestown. And actually, I would love to see like a full-on Hadestown movie done.
Me
well.
too.
Rachel Zegler with
Wicked.
the lead.
Like Wicked. You know how Wicked was
like
absolutely
Wicked. Hadestown
incredible.
is the next one. It would be so good.
Yes.
They could go so dark.
They could go so dark, and also, like, they better have those swinging lights. I'm sorry, they need to have them.
They'll figure it out. They would do something amazing. You guys. Is this happening already? I hope it's happening.
It better be happening. If not, I'm going to like figure out some way to become the director.
I think I should be the producer or something.
Yeah,
this is definitely nobody else has thought about this but us just now in this very moment, right? But anyway, Hadestown is wonderful. If you get the chance to see it, absolutely see it. And we had a great time talking about it today.
I love it so much.
I know, it's so good.
It's like literally, there's so much about it. I love it so much. And maybe we'll talk about this some other time, like personal theater experiences, like performing shows.
I think that would be a lot of fun.
That would be fun.
We have a lot of experience and a lot of passion on the subject.
I mean,
right?
you were a musical theater major.
No, I was a theater major, and then I minored in anthropology and education.
Yes.
But I was kind of in musicals. I feel like I was the person that wasn't cast in much in college.
But you were the main character in a Shakespeare show.
I know, in high school.
Well, that was the same thing. Yeah, kind of.
Same thing. I got to do it. I got to be on stage, and that's what I loved.
I really want to be in the 12th night. And the 12th
you
night.
Love the 12th
that
night.
one's fun.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Well, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.
Goodbye.